So next is stay curious. So curiosity, and we talk about this a lot in this space. This is the it is it's the gold standard for someone who is going to be advancing quickly in life, and that's life overall, right? Like we talk about this insatiable desire to learn and grow and expand, and that's because you stay curious. You're like, I wonder what happens there. I wonder why this happens in this way. Let me look into that and see what I can do to help, right? You're just curious, even just curious as an outsider, just to know what goes on, right? It's like, I wonder what really takes place in that department, right? When you're in a practice and you don't understand your coworkers function and they are right next to you, in my opinion, you are limiting yourself and your opportunity to be more instrumental in the practice's success, right? Because at this point, you're in a role that is everything has an impact on everything else in healthcare, right? So we are all connected. There's no, even though that practices can oftentimes and organizations, they can sometimes silo themselves, which means that they try to operate, this is our department, whatever. They're all interdependent, right? We are all connected. What we do impacts the next department, which impacts the next department, and so on and so forth, right? So, and there is a cyclical nature. This is why we called it the revenue cycle. Okay. There's a cyclical nature to things. And so you understanding your coworkers' responsibilities for the sake of being supportive, super vital, not just to you being able to help out if something happens and there's, they're got some emergency leave situation, or they're just feeling overwhelmed in that moment, right? It doesn't only help for those reasons. It also just helps in the grand scheme of things, right? The practice as a whole benefits from other folks being able to support where needed, right? To understand what someone's doing, to understand what happens in a particular area of the practice, you being curious about what happens in the practice after that you touch that patient. For example, if you're working in scheduling and you don't know what happens when the patient visit takes place, or when the patient gets checked in or checked out or anything like that. And I'm just saying right now in the front area, right? There's so many other things that happen in the back that you could get curious about. And most practices are not going to shut you down for wanting to learn more about how the practice functions. And you just say, hey, like, I want to understand what happens at the practice after this patient leaves my department, so that I can make sure that what I'm doing is supporting those other folks.